everybody, welcome back to Two Nerds and a Podcast. Today we're doing a nice little chit chat, post birthday for me, pre birthday for Casey. We had some stuff happen this week. We have some stuff coming up, so it's just gonna be
Real
something.
cash.
Yeah, super
Real
cash.
cash. Get your jammies on. Get
Yep.
your girl
Get your drink of
girl
choice.
dinner.
Yeah, girl dinner for sure. Don't get full dinner.
Yeah, this is a girl dinner type of episode.
This is you found some Smarties from like 3 Halloweens ago, so you'll just eat that and the half a water bottle that's been sitting on your desk for about 2 weeks.
Real cash.
Yeah, super cash. Let's talk about your mini what I don't even remember what it was called. I just keep calling it mini WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was like I don't remember if it had like an actual name, but it was like a Micromania. So
Micromania.
you paid $25 to watch a bunch of I don't know how to say this. They were not like politically correct there. They're also like
Yeah,
capitalizing off of being like a little person. Um
for
so
entertainment purposes.
for entertainment purposes, and there was like 8 of them, and
Wow.
they like wrestle each other, and it was wild. They're one of the like there was well, her name is okay. I don't want to get like canceled for saying this, so I'm gonna say midget. Okay.
Okay.
But her name is Bridget the Midget. Like that's
Okay.
her name. That's her stage
Yeah.
name.
Mhm.
Um, and she did like a little, no pun intended, a little performance. Um, it was like before the but it was only
It was
like an
like a
hour and a half
pre-show?
long. Yeah, like a little pre-show thing. The whole thing was only like an hour and a half long, and it was
Oh.
$25,
Oh.
which is a lot to me.
For
It was
like
definitely entertaining, I will
mhm.
say. I've never been to anything like it, but
Mhm. I've been to an actual WrestleMania event cuz my roommate from college is a huge, I mean like the most crazy WrestleMania fan that I have ever met in my entire life. Shout out to Rosie. I don't know if she listens to our podcast or not, but
WrestleMania, she likes it really, like actually.
she is all in.
Oh my gosh,
She's been invested for years. Because
that's
just think,
crazy.
I met her as a sophomore in college, and that was like 11 years ago. And when I met her, she was already fully in. So she's long time. She's long time WrestleMania. She
That's so
knows. I mean,
crazy.
like she's like John Cena's one of her favorites. She like can name so many people, and she lives out in Bakersfield, and she was just like, "Oh man, they're coming to Bakersfield and I really want to go, but I don't have anybody to go with." And I was like, "I'll drive up." And she doesn't drive. So I was like, "I'll drive up and I'll take you." I am literally down to do
You are the
whatever.
you and the other Jamie are like, I could be like, hey, do you want to do this? And you're like, yeah.
Sure. Cuz like why not? I have that experience now, and
That's
honestly,
true.
when somebody like Rosie or like you, when you guys are like all in, it makes the experience for me who's not all in that much more enjoyable. Cause like, I mean, like Rosie is like screaming and doing like all the little like the like one number one gestures, and she's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this person is here!" And she give me like a lore dump in between stuff, and I'm just like, "That's cool. I don't understand what's happening." And then all of a sudden, we'll be standing up, and I'm like, "Okay, we're standing now. Awesome!" Like I still don't know what's happening, but it was so much fun. So but yeah, so that was pretty cool. Um, but I'm trying to think how much our tickets were for that. I feel like it wasn't that much more than what than
Yeah,
what
and this
you
was just at
paid
like at a
for.
bar too. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and
Was the bar nice?
the bar was like cool. It's just like a little local,
Just a little dive bar
just a little
situation.
dive bar. Yeah, it was very interesting for sure. I don't know. I mean, I would probably do it again. Um, but very interesting. Honestly, I would probably go see a regular WWE.
Yeah. I highly like, even if you are not into wrestling, I would highly recommend one. They're honestly such a good time. And I know a lot of people are like, "Oh my gosh, it's staged," because it's like quote unquote reality TV, right? Cuz
Yeah.
Rosie used to watch like on TV. She would tune in, and so I would just be like, we'd just be hanging on the couch and she'd be like, "Oh, WrestleMania's on." And I was like, cool. You can watch it on the big TV if you don't mind me like sitting here with you. And again, Rosie is very enthusiastic when it comes to WrestleMania and when it comes to football.
Just like my
But
dad.
yeah, so it's very entertaining to watch her than it is like to watch the TV. But she did get me invested in one of the WrestleMania shows, which is called Total Divas, which is about the lady wrestlers.
Oh,
Um, so I would highly recommend, like, even if you are not in the wrestling world, just go. Like the it's almost like going to a concert. Like it doesn't really matter what's on the stage, but like you're there like for like the
the
vibe and the
vibes.
food and
Yeah,
to let yeah. And I mean, who doesn't want to see somebody get smacked with a steel chair? Like
exactly.
it's violence, but not like scary necessarily.
Yeah, like metal concerts. It's like I mean,
Yeah.
it's a little scary. Sometimes it gets a little
Yeah,
scary.
sometimes it's a bit scary. Especially
Like
when
when
they
you get,
mosh really hard.
yeah, or when they're people flying through the air and you gotta like
Yes.
be on
And
the
you just
lookout for
feet
them.
to the back of the head or something, you know?
Yeah, it does get a little a little scary there, but I mean the vibes are still good.
Yeah. Wrestling, honestly, at least again, the last time I went was like 10 years ago at this point. Um, but like it's one of those like environments where the crowd is like super into what's happening. So they're loud, they're cheering, they're booing, they're, shouting, oh, do this move or do that move, or oh my god, he's gonna do that. So it's like it's really truly a vibe. It's very much like going to any other sports game. So I don't know what the rules are. I don't like. I mean,
Yeah, I don't understand it. My
no.
manager from Guitar Center was also really into like wrestling,
Yeah.
and I was just like, yeah, sure. I don't know anything about anything.
Nope.
Um,
Not at all.
but that's cool. I like the belts. I like their little outfits.
The outfits are like 10 out of 10, both the men and the women.
Yeah,
Everybody's got a cool outfit on. I remember seeing, I think it was a meme or a TikTok that was like, wrestling is the like straight male version of drag.
pretty much. Yeah,
Because I mean, they're in like a costume, and some of them like they've got like knee high boots on and like a leotard
and makeup.
situation.
They go all out.
Their hair is
They're glammed
did.
up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like they're
oh,
yes.
don't let me forget. There's something I do want to talk about this episode. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
um,
But
don't let
yeah,
me
it's
forget.
it's such a vibe. I'm also gonna weirdly transition to thigh high boots in particular.
Yes,
Because if any of you obviously who listen to this podcast know that my husband is Pedro Pascal. And the
and his
premiere
thigh
of
high boots.
his thigh high boots, literally. So at the premiere, the LA premiere of The Last of Us, I I saw his outfit, which is 10 out of 10. I loved it. His hair, which is done by Queen Coco herself, is always spot on. But I was like looking at his pants and I was like, I can't tell, like, are they leather pants? Are they not leather pants? Like, I didn't know what was happening. And then somebody pointed out, like, how he, like, there was a meme which was like how he feels versus how he looks, and it was like the Patrick from SpongeBob SquarePants when he's got the fishnets on, right? And I was like, they're thigh high boots. That's crazy. But
He
I would
rocks them
also
so
feel
well.
that way. Oh my gosh, yeah. 10 out of 10 chef kiss. Um I love his thigh high boots. There was something Pedro related. Oh, okay. Random tidbit of information. I know you guys on the podcast and anybody who is like even relatively paying attention to my social media knows that I just call Pedro Pascal my husband. Like that's my husband. I don't care who else says that. It's mine. mine. Um, but I also casually say it to like other people, like in the real world, and so does my mom,
IRL.
IRL. And so, like, it's happened a couple of times where she'll be talking to people like at work, and she'll be like, "Oh yeah, my daughter's husband's in that movie," and they'll be like, "Who's your daughter's husband?" And she'll be like, "Pedro Pascal," and they'll be like, "Oh, really?" And my mom's like, "No."
No,
I
not
mean,
really.
if you ask her, yeah, but no, not really. And so, um, I was this past weekend, as you guys are listening to this past weekend, I was helping my friend Tammy and her sister Heather do birthday party stuffs for Heather's son, and one of Heather's friends was also helping, and we were talking. Tammy's like, "Have you seen The Wild Robot?" And I was like, "No, I haven't. Even though my husband's in it, I really should watch it because it's on my list of 10,000 other things to watch. I just haven't had a moment to sit down and watch anything." And she was like, "Who's your husband?" And I was like, "Pedro Pascal." And like you could see the thoughts turning in her head, like, I didn't think he was married. But also, like, if he was married, why is his wife hanging out with us at midnight in Ukaipa, out of all places, for a 2-year old's birthday party? And I was like,
They're like,
not
something is
really.
not adding up here.
Yeah, she's like, really? And no, in my dreams, but no, unfortunately, not really. So I'm glad that people who don't know me think I could possibly be Pedro Pascal's wife. So, like, I feel like that's just putting it into the universe that we need to get married.
Potential. The potential is there.
Yeah, I mean, dreams are free.
That is
But that
true.
was
Dreams are
that
free.
was yeah, yeah, and you can't stop me from dreaming the dream. But what was your random thing that you wanted to talk about this episode?
Oh, I was gonna ask if you saw the Five Nights at Freddy's trailer.
Our poor boy Josh Hutcherson, he's going through it again with his crazy little sister.
I'm so excited. I can't wait. It comes out in December.
I can't believe it comes out this year.
I know. That's crazy.
Like I feel like they must have, like, when they were making the first one, they were like, we're gonna make a second one. It's been decided. We're doing it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they
Um,
kind of had to.
yeah, you. I
I mean,
mean,
they didn't
it's
have to, but they like
but why
they had
not?
to. But
Like,
the game series is so big, I feel like they had to.
yeah, and it was such a well received movie as well. Because sometimes when you do a video game adaptation, sometimes they go really well, like FNAF and like The Last of Us, and sometimes they don't go very well, and you go, like, Uncharted was not well received, so it's kind of like, but I am glad. Hopefully, Markiplier is in this FNAF because that was the only thing missing from the last one.
Yeah. Also, I really want to see. I did not think I wanted to see it, but then I've been seeing like clips and stuff. I do think I want to see the Minecraft movie.
Don't pay movie theater money for that. Wait till it hits streaming.
I know,
Unless you
but
go on like
like
$5 Tuesday or something.
I
It's
just
the thing I love about it is because everyone's like, it's gonna be awful, but we're
yeah.
gonna go see it because it's awful.
I know. Like it looks so bad and I'm like, why did this need to be cuz I'm like I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I have never personally sat down and like played Minecraft.
Same.
I've like teetered on it like here and there, but like I'm not a Minecrafter. I don't understand it.
I've watched other people play.
It's scary, okay?
It's
Shit comes
scary.
after you, like shit comes after you, okay? It's a little above my pay grade, okay? Um but I'm like, did this need to be? And like, I love
It
that
has
like
such
Jason
the
Momoa's in
weirdest
it. Like
cast.
I love it's got the
Jason
strangest
Momoa and
cast.
Jack Black. Like,
Like it's so random. And then like all these like fucking like CGI square characters. Like I
the
just can't.
the thing that freaks me out, because like they kind of tried to like 3D animate slash keep the pixel situation happening, And the only thing I find really weird is the animals. Like, they just don't, because they're not pixely, but they're also not 3D animated. They're weirdly in between.
Yeah, it's very strange. I just feel like I need to see it just for the plot. I guess I can wait till it comes. It'll probably be on streaming soon. If all these other
Very
movies are
soon.
on streaming, it'll be on streaming soon. I just like I but Five Nights at Freddy's I will go pay money to go see in the theaters.
Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's can have all my money. Josh
Yeah.
Hutcherson can have all of my money. I love him. I'm so glad that he is back in the acting game, even if it's just FNAF.
I actually did start watching a movie. I didn't finish it because I have attention problems. Um but it was called The Beekeeper.
Yes,
I haven't
his
finished it,
character is crazy.
but he's in there and I
Yeah,
love him. So welcome back, Josh Hutcherson.
we love you
Welcome
here,
back.
Josh. PETA forever.
PETA, we love PETA.
I love PETA. But yeah, the FNAF trailer. It's funny because I was wondering. I figured with FNAF they could go two ways for a sequel. They could either one continue, but I was gonna be like, they're gonna really have to like up the ante. It's gonna have to be kind of crazy. The time skip makes sense. Or two, they're just gonna have to like completely like switch gears and basically like focus on like a different person in every single movie instead of bringing back the same characters. I am very happy they brought back the same characters because one, that means what's her name survived, like she woke up, because
Yeah.
we leave her literally, she's in a coma in the hospital.
Mhm.
We don't know what's gonna happen to her. She's alive. Unfortunately, she's also gonna be going through it in this movie again. um but I am so excited that Skeet Ulrich is gonna be in this movie. We
I don't know who
have,
that is.
it's what's his name from Scream.
I'm not good
um
with names. I have to see a picture or like yeah.
okay, so
Let me
you
look.
know how Matthew Lillard is in Scream.
What's his name?
Skeet Ulrich is who I'm talking about, but him and Matthew Lillard are the bad guys in the Scream movies.
Oh, okay, okay. See, I'm just not good with faces. Or
Well,
I mean
you're not good
names.
with a lot of stuff. That's fine.
That's true. Um but I
But
can't
so
just name off
they were
actors.
together in that movie, and that was kind of both of theirs like claim to fame. So I'm very excited to see them in yet another quote unquote scary movie. Um, I think it's gonna be a good time. I'm really excited. I love Skeet Ulrich. I actually, because I avoided scary movies like the plague. So I actually never really saw him in anything until he was in Riverdale as Jughead's dad, and I was like, he's very pretty.
Ooh.
And he was like the head of the biker gang, so he was always in a leather jacket, his hair slicked back, and a flannel. I'm like, that one. I like that one.
That one.
That one. So I'm excited for him and Matthew Lillard because they were both great in Scream. So I'm excited to see them on screen again. Um, but yeah, FNAF's got a lot going for it. I don't see why it's not going to be a 10 out of 10.
Oh, it will be. It will be.
Yeah. Also, I'm kind of hoping because we're getting a FNAF movie in December and we've already had a FNAF movie, that means Horror Nights will finally commit to a
Oh my
full
god.
FNAF maze.
If they do, then we're definitely going to that one. I don't
Yep, absolutely.
That'd be
I'm
cool if they did it this year.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, like because
Yeah.
we're like at the in between, so I don't
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it
yeah,
would
yeah.
it would bring back everybody to rewatching the first one and getting hyped
And
for
getting
the
high.
second one.
Ooh. If they didn't do that, Universal, if you're listening, Universal, do that.
Yeah. And then pay me money because I told you
It
to.
was
We
her
told you to
idea,
do it.
okay? Trademark
Yeah.
that right now.
You got to sponsor the podcast
Yeah,
if you
at
do that.
least.
Yeah. It's the least you could do.
The least
We're
you
an
can
official
do.
Universal podcast here.
um, yeah, hi Pip. Um,
Pip is very excited to be back on the podcast.
Yes.
He has a lot
Uh
to say. It's been a while.
yeah, I am excited to see what mazes they decide to do.
Yeah, I haven't really heard anything yet. I don't know about you, about what their potential themes are gonna be, but I have like the fan fest has been getting a lot of traction because I've been having a lot of people go, "Oh, have you heard about this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we're already going."
Yeah, duh, we're going.
I'm like, "Yes, we are going." We're cosplaying, which I'm super excited about. I need to fix a couple things on my costume. Um, but I did think it was funny. So if you guys missed it, Casey and I are going as Gojo and Geto from Jujutsu Kaisen because FanFest is basically an anime night at Universal with the bonus of Back to the Future, Star Trek, and Dungeons and Dragons.
A
But I
nerd
ordered
night.
it's a nerd night. But I am glad because Universal has a Universal in Japan, and so they have a lot of like anime stuff in there. So I'm glad that they're kind of trying to bring it to the Hollywood one. Um,
Oh my
but
god, have you seen the sorry to like cut you off. Have you
no, you're
seen
fine.
the I think it's the one in Florida?
Uh huh.
They just opened like a they have like How to Train Your Dragon
Yeah, the
theme.
Epic Universe is getting ready to open next month.
Toothless is so oh my god.
He's so cute. He's so cute. That
He's
I
so cute.
did I send you the video that I saw on Instagram of like basically they're gonna have you're gonna be able to interact with Toothless.
I
But
know.
as far as I know, the entire thing is a robot. Like there's no like
That's
person in a
crazy.
costume. Like it's a
That's
robot.
crazy. It's the cutest robot I've ever seen.
It's so cute. Did you see the one of Toothless's baby?
Yes. Oh my god. Oh my god.
So cute. That
That
also
whole
fully robotic. It's
that
gonna be
whole like
so cool.
part of the park looks
It's gonna
super
be
cool.
insane.
Yeah.
Cause like so they're getting How to Train Your Dragon, which is such a cool universe. I'm so excited for that. Like that's such a good pick for a film to have its own section of a theme park.
Mhm.
10 out of 10, top notch between the food, the music, and the possible rides. Top notch. They're gonna get their own Super Mario World, which is, as far as I know, gonna be exactly the same as the one here. They're getting basically, I don't know if it's called anything in particular, but it's basically Halloween Horror Nights section of the park. So they're gonna have scary stuff. It's like the scary section,
Mhm.
which is gonna
They're
be very
doing
cool.
something like that in Vegas too. It's like through
The
Universal.
videos, yeah, the videos from that one in Vegas of the animatronics in there is
I
crazy.
haven't
They
seen it.
look
I should look it up.
so scary. I'm gonna have to find that video and send it to you. The technology that Universal is trying to implement in their parks is
Oh,
insane.
Universal's crazy.
It kind of reminds me of the videos from Tokyo Disney. I believe it's Tokyo Disney. Of the like the new Frozen and the new Tangled
Oh my
rides.
god. Yeah,
So
their
think like
animatronics are
those
crazy.
amazing animatronics, but used for horror purposes.
I think it's so crazy too. Have you ever seen that Disney sidetrack?
Hmm.
Disney has it's in the I don't know which park, but it's in Florida.
Hmm.
It's the Avatar ride,
Yeah.
and they have like a $10 million
Hmm. It's always
animatronic
broken, right?
that yeah that they never use. They always have like a screen up because this expensive it's like just too expensive to like upkeep because it's like $10 million,
Yeah.
and so they never have it running.
That's crazy.
And
That's
it's like
crazy to dump
massive
that
too.
much money and then
It's
not use it.
like a 9 foot tall like because it's like supposed to
It's
be like
life
the
size Avatar.
yeah. And it's like massive. I've never like obviously seen it, but I've
No.
seen videos of it and I'm like, yeah, that thing is crazy. of course it would be, and it's like it moves all crazy. It's supposed to be like super lifelike. Oh, it's terrifying, to be honest. I really don't love it. I don't love it.
Yeah, you're not a big
Animatronics, okay, the
animatronic
ones in
gal.
water are like I really fucking hate. The regular animatronics are like pushing it, okay? They're pushing it. Depending on the
Yeah.
animatronic, they're really pushing it with some of them.
Yeah, but I mean, like all of it looks so good, and then of course they're expanding the Harry Potter universe for the it's like the dark arts
Oh.
section. So it's gonna be like a lot of like Death Eaters and also scary things. So I can't wait to see because that's supposed to be opening. I think it's the beginning of May because one of my friend Brooke and her family are actually going to Florida in May, so they might actually go
Ooh.
to the new park. And so I'm gonna be like, I need pictures, I need videos, I need it all. I need you to tell me what is there.
Um, I was gonna ask you too because you went to Disneyland for your birthday.
I did.
What was the okay? Was the line? First off, thank God Pooh is still there because my heart
Yeah,
would have
Casey was
broken.
very concerned that the Winnie the Pooh ride and gift shop was no longer there because when we went in the summer, it was like grayed out. Like it didn't even say like temporarily closed. It literally was just like you couldn't click on it at all.
Yeah. And I'm pleased to hear that it is still open.
Yep. I had to text you immediately when I saw
Yes.
because my mom had asked. She goes, "Oh, is the Winnie the Pooh?" She wanted the bakery specifically that's back there, and I was like, "You know what? I actually don't know." So I quickly like looked it up while we were on the train, and it said it was open. So I was like, "We can walk back over there to see." And they have a lot more Winnie the Pooh merch now, like variety of characters, not just
What?
like Pooh.
We love that. We love Winnie the Pooh up in here. Best
Yeah,
ride ever. Um, but was the line for I don't even know what it's called. I
Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Tayana's Bayou Adventure. How was the line for that?
Um,
Is it a
I
virtual line? Is it like one of those virtual queue things?
Not anymore. It's past
Oh.
that. There was just a regular line. I think when we passed by, the wait time was 40.
Oh, that's not bad.
But honestly, when I went on my birthday, which was a Tuesday.
A
It
Tuesday?
Yeah, the longest we waited, I think, might have been maybe 40 minutes for Rise of the Resistance
Oh my gosh. I can't believe you didn't go on it. I would have went on it.
because it was cold
I know, but oh, I look so
and I didn't want
good.
wet shoes. We're
That's
going
true.
back for my dad's birthday, so hopefully.
You could have listened. That is where Crocs
Ew,
come in
no,
handy. Because you know what? You just take your
no,
socks off
no.
and then your feet
There
dry
will be
and then
no taking
boom.
socks off. Nope.
Um
I'm honestly surprised you haven't forced Crocs upon me yet. I'm surprised you or Christine haven't done that. Honestly,
they're pretty great.
uh, they're
They're man's best
not.
friend.
Um, do you know what though? I'm saying it right here, right now. So Disney. I know all somebody at every single theme park is listening to this podcast. So Disney made Lizzie McGuire Crocs, right? Her bright orange slip-on sandals, which were iconic. They were also like $85, and also by the time I went to Disneyland, they were gone. So even if I wanted them, I couldn't have them. But I'm telling you right now, if they make I don't even remember what his name is from Hercules that has the Hercules sandals, little like devil dude, and he's got like Hercules sandals on.
Oh,
If Crocs makes those Hercules sandals, you will have never seen me lay down my credit card so fast because I will need them.
Hand it over, Disney. You heard her.
Yeah.
You
Casey's
heard
like, I
her.
need somebody to get on that right
Right
now.
now. Do it right now.
Although to be fair, like Crocs sandals don't sound so bad, and I keep looking at the which might be the ugliest version of them as well. The like double stack ones, the really tall ones.
Oh, the
And just
platform Crocs?
yeah.
I love
in
platform
black.
Crocs.
So I keep looking at them and I'm like, I don't know if I'll actually wear them. The only thing is because my feet are weird. I mean, I think everybody's feet are weird, but my feet will blister just for fun with
Hmm.
certain shoes. Like everybody, especially at work, always goes, "Oh, you need to get Skechers if your feet hurt." I can literally wear the comfiest pair of Skechers and still get a blister. So my fear with Crocs in particular is if I invest, because they're not cheap. I've heard you
No,
have to
they are
actually
not.
buy actual Crocs, not the
Yes.
knockoff brand.
Hmm.
I'm fearful that my feet will blister, and I actually, technically, if I don't like them, I could give them to Christine because we do wear the same shoe size.
True.
But my fear is that I will blister and then just never wear them and then have to
Your
give.
fear is that you're gonna love them too much, and then you're gonna buy charms, and then you're gonna have another thing you have to pay for.
Listen, if I ever invest in Crocs, you know I'm gonna have those full of charms immediately.
Yeah,
Immediately.
that's the best
But
part is the
I
charms.
just don't. I am fearful of like blisters on the bottom of my feet because I've had a lot of blisters in my lifetime, and it's not fun. It hurts very much. And I'm a blister popper kind of gal. So the second I have a blister with liquid inside, I have to pop it. I can't leave it.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then it takes forever to heal, and it's not a good time. So that's my qualm with Crocs. But if they make Hercules Crocs,
You're
and
all in,
will
baby.
I'm all in, even at the ridiculous price tag of $85.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I will give it to you. Like both you and Christine have both mentioned the Lightning McQueen Crocs that light up and like make noise. I will give it to you that like if you guys like pulled up in those, I would leave it be. I would probably compliment your shoes because those are pretty cool.
I would compliment your shoes.
I
Yeah, they
also
are
think
pretty
the
cool.
the Mater ones are pretty cool because they come with like a trailer
Miter?
hitch on the back of them.
Ugh, I love cars.
But like that's the only exception. Every other like pair of Crocs, they're just so ugly. I don't
But
like
you can,
clogs in
there's so
general.
many
Not just Crocs, just
accessories.
clogs in general. Just
Yeah,
I don't like them. I think
I'm
they're
a
really
Crocs
ugly.
girl till I die.
Yeah,
I'll wear
you
Crocs
really
at my
are.
wedding.
Casey wears Crocs to every time we go to a theme park. Do you have Crocs for your Gojo outfit, or are you gonna actually wear shoes?
I probably have to actually wear shoes. Unfortunately, I Gojo's like I just don't see Gojo wearing Crocs. I mean, he might do it for the plot, but
He would
like,
do it 100% to like embarrass like Megumi.
yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Um, but I might have to like resort to wearing like actual shoes. Ah,
Yeah. How
not my
sad.
beloved Crocs.
You can keep them in the car so that when we leave, you can switch out.
Yeah, I'll just change them real quick.
Um, but yeah, Crocs, man. But I'm telling you, I need everybody to Google the Lizzie McGuire Crocs because I have never seen a cooler pair of Crocs except the Lightning McQueen one. So, 10 out of 10 for that, Disney.
Not the
Ooh,
price tag though.
not
Don't
the
do
price
that to
tag.
us,
Like,
girl.
if they were like, because here's the thing. I mean, I get it. They sold out and they were still $85. Although they didn't sell out right away because I get recommended this one particular. I don't even remember what her name is, but she's the cutest little thing. But she's like one of those like Disney TikTokers, and so she's at Disney all the time and showing you like what's new in the shop and stuff. So I saw it from her, and like they still had like a whole rack of them. And I actually even looked on Disney's the Disney Store website and they were there and I was like 85.
Yeah,
If
that's a
they were
lot.
60, I probably would have bought them like right away. But once we get over like 65 for non-work shoes, I go,
Yeah.
cuz I'm constantly at work. So I don't really get to wear my fun shoes very often. And when I do, I tend to wear the same ones because I need them to be comfy because I have
And
old
then
lady feet.
deciding which fun shoes you want to wear when you have so
Yeah.
many and you're like,
Yeah.
I want to wear these ones, but these ones don't get enough attention. But
Yeah.
these ones, it's just, it's so
Or like,
hard.
or
That's why
like
I have three
sometimes,
pairs of shoes: Crocs,
yeah.
Docs, and then my work shoes. And that's it.
Yeah, sometimes like too, depending on the fun shoe. Like I have a pair of DCs that are themed ACDC. And I
Oh.
love DC shoes, except the ones that I have because they were only in men's sizing and kids sizing. They're technically big kid shoes.
Mm, hmm, hmm.
But because they're kid shoes, they are also not as well made as adult shoes because like kids run through these shoes so fast, so it doesn't matter. So they hurt my feet if I could never wear them to Universal. I could never wear them to Disney. I can barely wear them to the mall because they just like hurt my feet
You're like,
so bad.
I'm done.
But there's such a vibe because it's ACDC. How could you not? But
Yeah, that is cool.
so yeah, so depending on like which shoe, but most of the time I end up just slapping a pair of Vans on because I never get to wear my Vans at work because my feet would die.
That's fair.
But yeah. Oh, also speaking of Disney, this year currently that we're in the year of 2025, um, is their 70th anniversary for
What?
Disneyland. So they had a couple of new. I got some new pins. But I was me and my mom were perusing the Disney store, and most of the time when we go to Disney, because we go at least 3 times a year for the past few years, we really haven't bought much. But this time, like Disney was on their game. Disney had some top notch stuff in there. I wanted to buy everything. I didn't, but I
But you
wanted
wanted
to.
to.
I thought about it, and then I looked at the price tags for a lot of stuff, and I went, no, that's okay. I come here often enough. It's fine. Also, I'm about to go for Star Wars night, so I need to save my coins for that. But I did buy a cute little T-shirt. I think this is the first time I've bought a T-shirt from Disneyland in
In a
like,
long time.
yeah, at least 15 years,
Dang.
if not longer. Um, but it said the happiest place on earth. It's like a light blue color, and it's got like the little Mickey ice cream, and then it's got like a couple of the rides. It's like a really like retro looking T-shirt.
Hmm.
Um, so I got one of those. They
I
also
love retro Disney. Retro
retro
Disneyland
Disney's the
stuff.
best.
Uh,
I
10
love
out of
it.
10.
Yeah. Um, they also had some new treats, which we love a good treat. Um, in the Winnie the Pooh bakery, they have specifically Winnie the Pooh themed items. So
Oh.
my mom was very excited because like Winnie the Pooh often involves bees, and my mom is a big bee person. So they had a bee caramel apple and a bee cake pop and a bee cookie, and then like I got they had a honey pot shaped caramel apple, which was delicious. But the new treat that I saw in particular that my dad ended up getting was they had a mini brownie pie, I think is what they called it.
Ooh.
But it was actually pretty good. It was more like it was lighter than your average brownie, so it was almost like a more cake consistency than brownie consistency. But it was delicious, and I highly recommend.
10 out of 10.
I would say it's probably a good like 7 out of 10. I don't know if I would get it every time, but
Mhm.
like if somebody was like, "Do you want a piece?" I would say yes.
I feel that. I feel that.
And then of course I got my traditional pineapple Dole Whip because you can't go to
Can't leave
Disney
the park
without
without
one.
it.
Yeah, and my Star Wars coffee, which is still the best coffee in the park, but I found out that the is it the Plaza Inn restaurant that's like in the front of the park on Main Street to the left.
Hmm. Hmm.
They have because I have googled like where you could get coffee in the park. And it's basically Starbucks in Star Wars Land, and then the Plaza Inn has apparently a iced caramel macchiato, which I never
Oh,
knew. So I'm gonna have to try that next time because I didn't know that. Because I don't want to get Starbucks because we can get Starbucks whenever.
true. And it's just
But like,
Starbucks.
yeah, but I think like in California Adventure, that's the only place you can get coffee. So Casey and I normally get coffee there.
Hmm.
Do we have anything else? I don't think I have. Oh, we were going to talk about The Last of Us because that is next weekend, this coming weekend, not next weekend, this weekend, this coming
This
weekend as you're
weekend.
listening to this. And I'm so many feelings.
Yeah, I'm very excited, but I'm also not excited. I've been rewatching the first one, and I'm already like, I don't want to watch it because I'm like, I don't want to be sad. Like, because it's like the first one is not even that like there's just sad parts of the first one,
Yeah.
and like they got to pull at the heartstrings, and they're gonna do that again.
Yeah. The only thing that gives me hope is apparently, and I don't know how true it is, but apparently they're trying to stretch game 2 into 2 to 3 seasons.
What?
Yeah, which I don't necessarily like the storyline of game 2
Yeah,
just
me either.
overall. The gameplay of game 2 is amazing, story not so much. Apparently, they're trying to stretch it into 2 to 3 seasons, and major spoiler alert if you don't already know, but they're theoretically talking that they're going to end the series with Joel's death.
What?
So, my hope is even if they're not stretching it that far, that they will still end with Joel's death and not start with it, because the game starts with it.
Yeah,
And
but the
that's
thing is like all the pictures that I mean, yeah, maybe I don't know.
they gotta at least give me 2 episodes without killing him, please. I can't take it.
I just feel like if we see Abby in the first episode, it's over.
But I honestly, I kind of hope the beginning actually starts with Abby. Like I feel, especially if you have not played the game or watched anybody play through the game, I feel like you need to be invested in Abby. Without Joel, without Ellie, without any of that in the way you need to be invested in where she's at in her life right now, and then slowly bring the connection with her and Joel in,
Mm-hmm.
and then why she wants revenge and why she wants him dead and why like it's eating away at her. In the game, they were like, I know you're still on the hype from Joel and Ellie, but here's this new girl. And I went, "Oh, okay. We're gonna get like somebody else's perspective. Maybe they'll end up like end up in Jackson with Joel and Ellie, and then stories where intersect and converge and all of that." But they were like, "Here's this girl." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then they were like, "Okay, here's Joel." And I'm like, "Okay." And then they were like, "Okay, see the girl? She
And here's
kills
a
Joel.
here's
Here's a
this
golf
really
club."
cool golf club.
Yeah. And you're like, "Oh," and then it's like devastating, right? And you go through all this trauma and it makes me cry every single time. And then they go, "Okay, so now that you've seen this girl who you don't know kill your one of your favorite characters that you got attached to from the first game, now you're gonna play as her." And I'm like, "No." Actually, the my most recent playthrough, I immediately jumped off a cliff to watch her die because
Yeah,
I was like, I
that's fair.
no, you killed my husband. You killed my fictional husband. As Wyatt put it, I am going to be watching my fictional husband, played by my husband, die on screen.
Yes.
And I'm not here for it. I don't like, I understand that people die. Like, it's just a fact of life. That's just what happens, and people die in horrible ways, especially if you do horrible things. Joel did horrible things. I'm not denying that. Like, he's got a really bad past. But I still love him, first of all. Um, but
He's
I
just trying to
don't like,
survive. He's just a
yeah,
man.
he's got to do what he's got to do. Just like Abby's father was doing what he had to do. He was ready to kill Ellie on that table in the name of science.
In the name of science.
And Joel was ready to kill him in the name of love. So, I mean, everybody's got their motivations. Everything happens for a reason, everything has consequences, ripple effects. Karma comes back around, unfortunately, a lot. But the whiplash in the beginning, and then you start getting into Abby's story, and then you go on a journey with her, and then you go on Ellie's journey of trying to track her down, and it's, cat and mouse situation across the continent for like a long time. And I hope it doesn't yo-yo as awful as
It
game
will.
2.
It probably will.
But here's the thing. This is the thing. There was so much backlash from game 2. I hadn't even really played game 2 when game 2 came out. Like, I had barely made it, I think, not even through the first one yet, and I was already hearing everybody's, "Oh my god, this is awful, blah blah blah." Because there was so much backlash from the game, this is that they not everybody gets a second chance, but this is their chance to fix everybody's
That's true.
grief with
That
game
is true.
2.
That is true. They can do that.
Will they? I don't know. But my hope is that they will take, not necessarily as just straight up criticism, but take the constructive criticism that people have given,
Hmm.
and this is your chance to rework it. You've already made changes to the first season from the
And
first
everybody
game.
loved it.
And you did, yeah, it was beautifully written. They had a lot of storylines, still very complicated like the game, but it seemed to flow a lot better, a lot smoother. And I understand there's things that they can't include and things they needed to add. Again, like Bill and Frank's whole interaction,
Oh,
we
I was just
never
about to
get to see
say.
Frank
I
ever. We
I
do
just
get to see
watched that
Frank.
episode and I was like, oh my gosh. Why
Yeah,
do
the
this
only
to
time yeah,
me?
the only time we see Frank in the game is unfortunately when he's hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
And so the only way we know Frank is through comments that Joel makes offhandedly and through the letters that he left Bill, and kind of Bill's attitude. But Bill is one of those like crotchety old men. So
Hmm.
you're like, did you actually hate him? Like, I understand, like, you were friends, but did you actually hate each other? Or were you just friends out of convenience? And I like that in the show, they turned them into lovers. And it's like, that makes more sense.
Hmm.
That explains why Bill's
And
really
it was
crotchety.
beautiful.
And yeah, and that he's like a conspiracy theorist. Like, we get that. Like, I mean, we get like a hint of that in the game because he's just crazy. But like, I liked the way they mapped out his story in the show because that's not necessary for the game, but for the show it is, because obviously you have to fill in what would normally be the gameplay because we're not playing a game, we're watching a TV show.
Yes.
So they have a very large opportunity to fix all the things that people, maybe not all the things, but a few of the major things people had grief with game 2. But we'll find out on Sunday.
We'll see, and we will be doing episodes on it. So stay tuned because
And
obviously we're going to talk
honestly,
about it.
yeah, I was gonna say honestly, they're probably gonna be weekly episodes at this point because we're not gonna be able to shut up.
Yeah, true.
There's gonna be just so much happening.
So much. I can't wait. I'm excited, but also scared.
Yeah, and it's all starting right before your birthday.
I know. How
And
wonderful.
HBO, I know you're listening. You can't make Casey sad on her birthday because she's gonna be 29.
29? It's okay. My birthday's on a Friday, and The Last of Us comes out on a Sunday. So,
Yeah, so we'll only have to watch one episode before your birthday.
yeah, it's fine. It's
So
fine.
I think we can survive.
We
Maybe.
can do it.
Unless the golf club comes out episode 1, which I will be very
Yeah,
devastated.
if we see a golf club, then that's bad.
Yeah.
Bad
Yep.
news.
Yep. Bad news bears.
We
Not
don't want to
not
see
good.
that shit.
No.
Put it away.
No golf clubs. Put it away. We don't need it. Um Joe, lots of feelings. But every single advertisement I get, every trailer I get for The Last of Us, I try not to watch trailers because I always figure everything out and I don't like it. Um, but I have friends that'll like repost them, so I don't necessarily have to watch them with the narration in the background. But
Mhm.
visually, the show looks amazing
Always.
as
Oh
it
my god,
did in season
always.
one.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see the new visuals. I'm excited to see the new like clickers and stuff. Because honestly, game two had a lot of not monster enemies. There's a lot of
Mhm.
they were killing a lot of regular people in game two.
Yeah. I do hope they give some good clickers and
Yeah. Yeah,
stuff.
I hope we get a little bit scarier this season. Because I
I
feel
hope so.
like season one, we've kind of like skimmed. We skimmed a little bit. We're just like, these monsters, very scary. Joel, very scary. Ellie, not very scary, but she's also not scared.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hoping. I'm hoping we get into more like the hot water situations, but also I'm not emotionally ready for the flashback scenes
Yeah. It's gonna be brutal.
because like especially they've already like shown pieces of it, so it's going to be in there when they're in the museum. Like Joel finds a natural history museum and like takes Ellie to it, so they're like exploring around and they find I think it's the Apollo 11 model of the little space capsule and they have like a heart to heart moment. I'm going to cry like a baby.
Yeah. It's gonna be rough, but
Yeah, but I hope
stay
it's good.
tuned to see
The
what we
hopes are
think.
high. Yep. Do you have anything else to add before we
Um,
sign off?
if you want to hear more about The Last of Us, subscribe or follow or something. I don't know.
Whatever you got to do.
Um, and I think that's it. I don't know.
Yep. Follow us on all the social media so you can keep up to date with what we're doing, what we're watching. Um, Let us know in the comments below if you're invested in The Last of Us, and if you are you excited for the season? Are you scared? Do you not care? Like, are you done after season one? Let us know in the comments below. And we will see you guys in the next episode. So bye.
Goodbye. Bing, bing, bing,
Pip says bye
bing.
too.
Bye. Say bye. Pip. Okay.